So I'm thinking that we can go ahead. Maybe we sim the week out between the Titans, and then we sim the Jaguars, and then we play Trey Lance and the 49ers. That sounds like that could be a pretty exciting game there. Grandma Jones, he doesn't feel like he was really poised for big things. So unfortunately, he doesn't continue his breakout, but he's still a great player and someone we're going to build around on defense, so we like to see it still. Key to victory, we established that. Our offense was truly dominant, looked unstoppable. Always fun to go through the game plan and it pays off. Awesome. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers dad moment. So all the receivers get 2,500. We also get some extra staff points, which we're probably going to spend. It's tough if we... stopping Travis Kelce was a priority for you. I want to give boost to the players, I guess. Your receivers will have +7 catch in traffic and spectacular catch for the next game. Not sure what that has to do with our receivers. Like, it was our defense that held them under the 75 threshold, not the receivers. But 3 new injuries. We lose Josie Jewell for 7 weeks with a broken collarbone, Noah Fant for 4 with a dislocated elbow, and Jerry Jeudy with 4 more weeks with a torn labrum. Wow, that is an injury list. Like, these are guys that were gonna contribute to this team. Like Josie Jewell, our starting off-ball linebacker, Noah Fant, tight end. Jerry Jeudy just had a great game. OJ Moody was going to be like our nickel cornerback, and Melvin Gordon was going to help relieve Javonte. So that's pretty unfortunate that we have all those players hurt. We'll get some of them back for the 49ers game, but sadly not all of them. We'll go ahead and simulate up until the 49ers game. And we get weekly awards. Aaron Rodgers gets AFC Player of the Week, and Tom Brady also continues to be good in this. And Nwosu is fighting for his job after they had drafted the guy out of Michigan. So that's going to be an interesting battle to see. David Ojabo? Yeah. So regional scouting focus, we'll go ahead and do this real quick. We should have our quarterback on national, yes. So we'll just have them scout their the positions that they are good at. So with all that, we will go ahead and set our weekly game plan. I think we'll probably want to focus on the run for Derrick Henry, and let's protect against the blitz, so Aaron Rodgers can throw the ball. Looking at what we want to do here, throw 2 more touchdown passes. We don't want to allow a rushing touchdown. I feel like we can get that done, hopefully. Start getting our defense going. And maybe we can also rush for 150 and 15 first downs. We just want to be that consistent boom, boom, boom kind of offense. So looking at upgrades, Keelan Stokes has an upgrade. We definitely are intrigued by him. We definitely want to get him to be like a good well-rounded receiver. So we definitely want to work on his like catching and scratching traffic. His release is not that great. Cole Turner, our blocking tight end, we just want to get him developed going that way. So he gets some nice blocks. He'll probably be a long way off before he's like actually an established blocking tight end, but hey, that's okay. Jerry Jeudy goes down, but we definitely want to work on his overall catching ability just so he can be like a good, well-rounded receiver himself. Looking at his stats, sad that we're going to be missing out with Jerry Jeudy on those boosts, because those boosts would probably make him feel like way more better in the game. Patrick Surtain gets an upgrade. Let's look at his stats. He's pretty solid right now. We'll probably just continue to upgrade his slot until that gets a little bit too far out, and then we'll work on his zone a little bit more. Great man boost though, but he's looking very, very good. Albert O, let's work on his possession. Want him to be like our big body possession type target. Kendall Hinton, he's just like a slot type receiver probably for us, and he will be stepping into that role this week and until Aaron Rodgers comes back. Jackson Kirkland gets an upgrade, gets a strength upgrade. That's always nice to see. And he's looking solid enough to start, even as a rookie. But we definitely want to just let him develop a little bit more, just so that way he doesn't get beat up too much. But we'll definitely be monitoring that right tackle situation all year long. Olive just continues to get better as a nose tackle. It's a speed boost for what it's worth, 58 speed. Derek Deese is still on our practice squad, which is good because we were worried that we might have to call him up. But Noah Fant shouldn't be out too long, so I guess we won't go ahead and do that. We won't worry about our long snapper. Noah Fant gets an upgrade despite going down. Let's continue to develop him into the best possible player that we can. So that's it for upgrades. And I probably should have done this beforehand though, but we were going to go ahead and start working on our talent trees so we can get down. I was thinking of getting down to here, but then it's really interesting because we might not stick with Vic Fangio moving forward. So it's like, do we really want to do that? Do we want to worry about these skill trees, or do you want to grow our player personnel? We got the re-signing bonus, that's good. We can look at where's quarterbacks. We could try to get down to here, that way we can keep Aaron Rodgers is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe we go down here so we can get the scheme fits one. So I think we'll just continue developing the George Payton GM tree, so to speak, because I feel like he's a really great GM and he would have all these talents. It was just bringing in good players, making good trades. So we'll probably just be focusing on the GM tree for this season. So we'll go ahead and sim this week, see if we can pick up a win against the Titans. Two good AFC opponents that could be huge for us. We also get the first mock draft for this year. Maybe we can get a look at some of the names for this draft class. We lose in a close one. That's very unfortunate, but hey, we stayed in it. It wasn't a blowout, but a loss is a loss. Unfortunate. So looking at the draft class, it looks like a very quarterback heavy draft class. And obviously, depending on how this plays out, we'll have to come in for the Chiefs. And depending on how bad the Patriots do, that could be a storyline to potentially look at. I would think the Lions would want a quarterback and not another pass rusher, because they do have Romeo Okwara, and they took Hutchinson, I believe, last draft. So I have to monitor that. And then, yeah, they're taking two edge guys, which is that's very interesting. Looking at some of the other names, some good receivers, a lot of good quarterbacks. This is a very deep quarterback class, but wow, we got quarterbacks all the way down here. So we do have our first round pick, since we didn't have to give it up for Aaron Rodgers. So we could potentially end up with a solid player. I imagine we definitely don't want to finish any worse than 32. That's where we want to end up in the draft, 100%. So we're not going to get that great of a player at 32 potentially. So there is a lot of quarterbacks, so some of these guys might fall. We might be able to get one of those guys like that. Even had Cortland Sutton hurt last week, I should say, sorry. A lot of injuries so far. If this continues, I might have to look at the injury slider to edit it a little bit, because that's pretty crazy. So we get Michael Moody back, so we get to see him in the slot, see what he looks like. And we got Jason Pierre-Paul back. We got to make sure he doesn't start over Cooper, because that is definitely not what we want to see. We probably want to side him in for this too, just in case for other injuries, but make sure for rush left end that he's not starting anywhere. So yeah, I think that situates our depth chart with all of our injuries so far. So yeah, we took a look at the mock draft. The Jags are 0-2, so yeah, I definitely don't feel like we have to hop into this one at all. What do we want to stop? They're not very good at particularly anything. I guess we'll just stop short passes, maybe like stuff they do with ATN. And what we want to do. Their secondary isn't exactly bad or anything. And then they have Miles Jack. But their run defense isn't that great, it seems. So we'll go ahead and just focus on running outside. So we will focus on maybe we'll allow less than two touchdowns. Sack the QB. We want to rush for over 150 and maybe we just try to like focus on running the ball and owning the time of possession. Just try to win that way. If we're not going to be too explosive in the sim, like at least we can win efficiently. Josie Jewell, we get him to a back strain. I thought he was already hurt, so Jesus, injuries are just piling on for him. Judy with a dislocated shoulder and a torn labrum. Goodness, that guy just can't catch a break. Let's actually look to see if that isn't extending their injuries. No, it just added different ones. Okay, so we'll get Jewel back. We'll get Judy back for next week, barring any setbacks. We'll look at negotiations next week as well, just to see where. Actually, we'll push off negotiations till the bye week. We have a really early bye week, but this will be the last game for this episode. We get a win against Jacksonville. Good. Let's see where the media thinks we are as far as our quarterback. Aaron Rodgers has been one of the top passers in terms of yard this season. Let's just keep airing it out. Let Aaron do Aaron. Let him do what he needs to do, man. 300 passing yards against the 49ers. Okay, we can definitely get that. And we also have a breakout player, which is very nice. Coach, the defense show. Oh, it's Jonathan Cooper. Let's go. That could be huge because he has shown some really good stuff in this season for the Broncos. He plays with so much heart and just really gets after the quarterback. Hasn't shown a lot as far as his like pass rushing moves or anything, but maybe we can get that going and he starts taking that a step into a good number 2, maybe a number 1 edge rusher going forward. So we definitely want to defend maybe the medium pass, those crossing routes. We want to defend those probably. The highest priority with Deebo Samuel and stuff. And they're a very good run defense, so maybe we want to focus on just picking them out. They're picking on their secondary and stuff, so let's allow less than 2 passing touchdowns. I don't want to give up much yards to this running game at all. Focus on probably get 3 passing touchdowns is what we want to try to do, and 450 total yards on offense. We want to come out and really light this game on fire too, hopefully. This seems like a worse defense than the Chiefs, so we're hoping we can start getting this ball rolling as far as us being a dominant offense and not just a good offense. So it doesn't look like we had any injuries. Good, at least on defense. We lose Javonte Williams to a broken finger. That's very unfortunate. So it's going to be Melvin Gordon, who is very capable of having good games. So that's fine. We can make that work. So we get Josie Jewell back. That's good. That should help a little bit as far as our run defense goes. And then we got Judy back, which will be huge. And yes, Melvin Gordon. This is who we're going to have to kind of lean on for that. for our run game. We'll do our upgrades real quick. Jonathan Cooper, work on him being a speed rusher because Bradley Chubb is like a good overall pass rusher, but I want to focus on him being a power rusher and then having our other guy be more like finesse type. Lamar Johnson will work on him just being a good coverage guy in case he comes in, be able to cover tight ends and whatever we need him to do. Levante Bellamy, maybe work on his catching ability in case he ever needs to come in for relief. I think we might have him come in for relief a lot this game. Baron Browning, probably pass coverage. We need a linebacker who's a lot better in coverage for sure. Cole Turner gets another upgrade. He's developing pretty fast, so we'll go ahead and do backups on that. Long snapper's developing really good. Awesome. We'll focus on just getting Kyle Hamilton a scheme fit. We'll keep him overall balanced, so we want him to be able to do whatever, like everything. But he's looking very good. I feel like that was a great move for us to go up and get him and have a good pairing for our secondary. Maybe we can look at those games just to see like what we were kind of sitting at, kind of what happened. Aaron Rodgers had a good game, does throw an interception, but very efficient, only sacked once. Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon don't get much on the run game going. Kendall Hinton has a pretty good game, like to see that. Seth Williams also had a good game coming out as our fourth receiver. Garrett Bowles was the one that gave up a sack to Harold Landry, I imagine. Zach Kurth, 3 tackles for a loss. Draymond Jones decides to have the good game the week after his breakout scenario. Unfortunate, but we get 3 sacks in the game, not too bad. No field goals, interesting. Titans, Ryan Tannehill was very efficient. They didn't have to throw too much. We could not stop Derrick Henry, and we kind of stopped everybody else they were throwing at us, but yeah, Derrick Henry just kind of did Derrick Henry stuff. Anthony Ferguson. Yeah, like we just barely lost this. Like it was a good fight, I guess, but yeah, we just barely lost. Maybe the turnover was the reason we lost it. Gave them a chance for a field goal or something. I don't know. But against the Jags, Aaron Rodgers only the 1 touchdown, but again, another very efficient game. Only sacked once again. Love to see that offensive line's blocking. Javonte Williams, solid game. Tim Patrick had a good game. Albert O. Melvin Gordon got in on the receiving game a little bit. Baron Browning had a good game. 10 solo tackles. Jonathan Cooper, 2 tackles for a loss. Only 1 sack. No interceptions. And Trevor Lawrence, 1 touchdown. He was all right. Travis Etienne couldn't do anything. Do they still have James Robinson? Yeah, James Robinson. DJ Chark had a good game, just no touchdowns. They have David Njoku, had a solid game. Travis Etienne had a touchdown in the passing game. Yeah, it was just like not a bad game by any means. Just a very solid game. Javonte Williams did Javonte Williams things, and that was perfect for us. So yeah, we'll go ahead and we will play the 49ers. And make sure we have our things. Hold on, we can look at the 49ers. We can look at where their team is at and see if they've made any significant improvements. So they got Trey Lance, of course. They also brought in Tyler Heineke to be the backup. Their running backs have had a lot of injuries, so we're looking at Trey Sermon, Michael Hasty, Debo, Brandon Ayuk. They added Jacoby Myers and Jamison Williams. That's pretty great, actually. George Kittle, Charlie Warner, Trent Williams is still here. They have Lincoln Thompson, Ted Karras, Daniel Brunskill, and Michael McGlinchey. So very good offensive line. Defensively, but still looking like they're rocking. They added Shai Tuttle. Okay, Anthony Jennings at awful linebacker. Jason Verrett's still here. Emmanuel Mosley, and they have the rookie. They have the young guys down there. Jimmy Ward's still here, and Talanoa Hufanga is starting at strong safety. So that's pretty much the roster that we know. Not much stuff is going to change for season 2, of course, but it's again like a fairly decent team. It just depends on how Trey Lance comes out and plays. It should be a good shootout type. Hopefully our defense does a lot better in this one than the Chiefs game, for sure, because Trey Lance has that same kind of explosive play mentality and can really just make something out of nothing sometimes. And if we're not careful enough, he will torch us just as bad as Patrick Mahomes did, that's for sure. So again, they get the ball first. It seems like Daniel Jones is balling out in Carolina. 5 touchdowns, golly. And Jimmy Garoppolo is now playing for the Steelers. I'm not sure what they're doing with the whole Teddy Bridgewater thing, but hey, big hit. I think that's overshown. But that's a very interesting little situation. So we can see where Trey Lance is on for the year. 6 touchdowns, 1 interception, having a very good year. Wow. Oh, we got to be careful here. He might do so. He might violate our defense. So we'll go ahead and come out in like this. We're very worried for the... Oh, Bradley Chubb is there to get that tackle. Nice. We're very worried as far as these crossing routes go. We got beat really bad by the Chiefs because of the crossing routes to Tyreek Hill and such. So we definitely want to make sure we keep those under control. This Kyle Shanahan scheme has a lot of creative play calls drawn up for plays like that. Well, I'm not sure who that is down with an injury, but maybe is that their center? Is that Ted Karras maybe that just went down? I'm not sure. Maybe Daniel Brunskill? Oh, Trey Lance went deep. Patrick Surtain was beat a little bit by Brandon Ayuk. But we stopped them, and we forced them to a 3 and out. We want to make sure, though, that we have all this stat. I always forget about this, but... pretty much same thing for the Chiefs. Play ball, just have Patrick Surtain on Deebo Samuel, maybe. Ronald Darby's athletic enough to keep up with either of these guys. They're not on the levels of Tyreek Hill athleticism, so that will probably help us not get beat by these deep shots as bad as we see there. Like Patrick Surtain was kind of there. He probably was going to be able to make a play. We see Aaron Rodgers' stats here, very similar to Trey Lance, 8 touchdowns with 2 interceptions. It's a very good for the first, 3 games? This is week 4? Very solid for the first 3 weeks, for sure. So, yeah, Melvin Gordon, so we might not have to depend, we might not be able to depend on the run as much, because Melvin Gordon is a little bit older, and he might be a little bit more susceptible to injury. He's just coming off of injury too, so we're not sure where his health is and stuff, so we might be a little cautious. Oh, we did keep Deese on the active roster. I thought we kept him on the practice squad. But that's good that we kept him, though, because we actually will need him with Noah Fant out. And they're going back to telling me to run red zone halfback scissors. I don't want to. Please stop. I feel like that's a telemarketer trying to get me to answer them about my car's extended warranty. Okay, good thing. I'm not sure why he just stopped, but he kept running. Ooh, Graham Glasgow goes down, do have good young guard depth though, so Natani Moody will step in for Graham Glasgow, so we will be okay. Like, he will not be that much of a downgrade to Graham Glasgow, but we're hoping that this isn't going to be a long-term thing, because Natani Moody has had some nasty, shoulder injury. Okay, he will be in for a couple of weeks, it sounds like. But Natani Moody has had some injury issues himself, so we might not be able to count on him for long-term. We do have Quinn Miners there, and Melvin Gordon has a good one right there. But we get called back for holding. Who is it on? Don Reisner, okay. He is a very interesting case too, because I believe he is also in a contract year. And he's been really solid. Like, he's been good in pass protection, and he gets the job done, but, like, how much do you pay him? Like, or do you bank on a Quinn Miners for the higher upside, or, like, what do you do there? It'll be interesting to see, but, yeah, we'll take a look at all of that around week 6 when we have our bye week, so we can get a better idea of, like, who is going to be up, how much money we have to play with. And we get Melvin Gordon on the halfback scissor. It worked. We made it work. Maybe we punch it in with him right here. Get up to the same level. Let's see it. Let's see it. And Melvin Gordon gets in. Great blocking by the offensive line so far, I've noticed from these games. Oh, Melvin Gordon kind of saucy with it. I see him. And we're very happy that we re-signed Melvin Gordon, because if we would have lost Javonte and then have to rely on Mike Boone or Levante Bellamy, ew, it might get ugly pretty fast. Wow, Baker Mayfield and the Browns off to a 4-0 start, and Baker Mayfield looking like he's taking that step towards eliteness. That might be interesting. Or not rivalry, but like an opponent we have to look forward to when it comes to playoff time. The Browns, the Chiefs just picked up another win. Of course, the Titans, who gave us a loss. Like, we got some. Like, we didn't lose too bad to the Titans, so I'm not too worried about that. Oh, Debo drops a crosser. That's very lucky for us that happened. But I'm hoping our defense can hold up against Trey Lance. Oh, Trey Lance. Ooh, just a bit overthrown, but we're seeing that play extension that he has. He's got great mobility. I'm surprised he didn't just take it there and run. Because he could have. He could have just taken it that and ran it for the first down, probably. Okay, he touches out of bounds. Vic's there to help him up like the good lad that he is. So we stop him. We hold him to another 3, and was that a 3 now? It might have been. We hold him to another stop though, ultimately, which is really good. Our defense has come out and looked really sharp against this 49ers offense. We did get lucky about the Deebo Samuel drop, because he did barely get he barely got the step on Patrick Surtain. He would have definitely had the first down. Patrick Surtain was there to make the tackle, but he did beat him. Oh. I did not see that hole opening until it was a little bit too late. Trey Lance is kind of getting frustrated with himself. This defense is definitely holding him, but we like to see it. Buffalo's kind of fizzling out a little bit, starting 1-3. I thought that might have been somebody we'd have to look towards in the playoffs, but it's looking like Josh Allen's kind of regressing back to Josh Allen old. Maybe they lost Brian Dable or something. Might be like a fun little storyline. I really hope that EA adds. Oh wow, Nick Bosa just came unblocked off the edge. Jesus. Crazy. But I really hope EA adds poachable offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators. I feel like that would add a lot of immersion to the franchises and replayability. Like I get not having like the actual names in because of licensing issue rights and stuff, but even just like generic names, like we would still know who these people are, and like maybe oh wow Trey Sermon just making my defense look silly. Goodness. After 2 stops, they just said enough. Wow. Goodness. But I'm really hoping that EA does add poachable and ability to edit offensive and defensive coordinators, and maybe even adding specialty coaches with their own specific skill trees, because I don't like how restricting the skill trees are right now. Like, you can only go one way or the other, and it just, oops, did not mean to call that, but you can only go one way or the other, and I think it should depend on like specifics. Like, I get like the development for the head coaching maybe and the staff modifiers, but definitely having like different scout skill trees and specialty positions, so like a quarterback's coach, a receivers coach, tight ends, or maybe even just group that into receivers, like however it goes. And it's like that would add so much immersion and just so much of that RPG element that EA themselves have like talked about them wanting, because like the skill trees right now are very bare, and I'm hoping they at least experiment with it a little bit during this game cycle, adding onto it, because they still said they're going to bring 2 more updates to the game, like 2 more big updates to franchise mode. So you would think that maybe that's what they would do, is start working on building these features up for Madden 23. Halfback scissors, just unstoppable. Wowie. Skirt. Oh, I would have got him too. he got faked. But no, it's just like, it's really freaking like annoying that EA just doesn't have the transparency to like tell us what their plans are for the game and stuff, or give us like a definitive answer, because like speculation and stuff about what's coming with the changes or what's not coming. Like, we had a flip-flop between them canceling updates to them saying they're still bringing the updates, and what they're doing with the NCAA game. It's just really annoying, because like, goodness, EA has not been that good, and like, it's just, when you don't get any talk from them until you start a freaking social uproar, is kind of annoying, because you think they would just kind of give us some updates about what they're doing with the game other than just freaking Ultimate Team. And it's also, I'm gonna say it, but they have tarnished John Madden's legacy. And like, you open the game and it's like, rest in peace, John Madden. I get they mean well, and there's definitely people on the roster who definitely respect, you know, John Madden and what this game used to be. But it's so sad that John Madden's name's associated with this game nowadays, because it's not to the standard it should be. This game should be like a top game in the whole industry, despite it being a sports game. Like, it should be like one of the most like immersive and best playing games, because you're also coming out of freaking your company's EA. Wow, oh my god, I whiffed on that. But, your company's EA, your AAA title, you got billions upon billions of dollars because of Madden Ultimate Team. Use it for your darn game. Hire plenty of devs so you don't have to split your teams up for Madden Ultimate Team, or not Ultimate Team, but NCAA and Madden. Like, put in the work to like make this a good game, because this game was so much better like on the PS2 and even the 360. Like, it's just had more features, and that's like, how fucking sad is that a game in 2021 is just so much inferior to a game from 2009. Like, oh my god, man, that is just freaking crazy. But I don't like to rant about that too much, because like, they're making steps in the right direction, but they just aren't doing enough, I feel like, for how big their company is and how much money they bring in. Like, they could be doing more with the game, but like, at least they're starting to build it back together. Like, it might take 5 years before we have a game that is similar to Madden 07, Madden 08, games that are seen as like some of the top Madden games of all time. Like, it might be a couple more years before we see something like that again, but as long as they get there and they're transparent. I just wish they were transparent about what they were doing, because like, so many people love and buy this game just because they love football. Like, I do it, and it freaking sucks when this game just isn't like up to snuff with like how it was back in the day. But I'm hoping that with the new NCAA inspiring some like innovation in their games, and Madden will kind of start getting better and they'll start wanting to put in more work so that we can actually have a good quality football game. I'm not saying like tear it down and rebuild it as much as I would love for them to do that, because oh my god, Frostbite engine is so fucking bad for sports games. Like they need a more physics-based engine than an animation-based engine, but that would take like another like 2 years just to do that, I feel like. And like that might be a bit unreasonable to like do that to a whole game, but like if they just did that, they released a game and then let it sit for like a couple of years while they build a game engine, or build Madden around a new game engine and just update rosters and bring updates to it, people would be happy. Nobody would be upset at that at all. Like people would just love that. So it's just very interesting, like where EA is with Madden and stuff, but I just don't think it's freaking better. I want a better football video game that like doesn't get stale after you run like 5 franchises. It's like the same scenarios, it's the same skill trees. Like there's only so much you can do to like handicap yourself and like create fun storylines. Like it's just weird. But we are cooking right now. We've given up 2 big plays to the 49ers. We gave off that kick return touchdown, and we also gave up the long touchdown to Trey Sermon, I believe. So other than that, our defense has been good. It's just we had a special teams freaking flop on that, and we almost just gave up another big run right there. Oh my goodness. So looks like we're gonna pass. We want to protect the inside. Oh, Kyle Hamilton. That might be his first pick. Oh, block. Oh, juke. Kyle Hamilton goes up and gets the interception. That's awesome. Love to see that. Okay. It wasn't letting me do stuff or do anything right there. Let's get some runs in here. Like we can shoot some of this clock. That was a great play. Rookie's first interception. It's going on the wall. We're hoping that's the first of many though, because we did move up to get him. So we're hoping he can develop. He doesn't have the physical profile for like a Derwin James, but he could maybe be something like that. Just somebody who's just all over the field, like Kareem Jackson on steroids. If he could be that for us, we're chilling. And Melvin Gordon's having a great game so far. He's making some plays. I keep running it. Let's run a jet sweep. Yeah. Run this one maybe. Get out there and block him out. Oh, please. Let's get Juju a touchdown. Oh yes, let's get it. That's huge. Joe Brady's really making some creative play calls for us and really opening up this offense and just seeing all the different stuff we can do. He's really going to be making a strong case for a head coaching gig after this year, I feel like, with depending on how this whole offense plays out, our record and stuff. Like we're going to be in a situation like the Falcons when they went to the Super Bowl. Do you keep Dan Quinn, who is like the defensive-minded guy, kind of like your CEO, or do you take the two injuries to 2 guards? I didn't even notice right there until let that process a little bit more. But do you upgrade to the offensive-minded genius and Joe Brady? Like, are we gonna make the mistake of letting Joe Brady go? And I know like we could just ride Joe Brady until like the end, but I would like to like imagine a storyline that like he would get job offers and we would have to make the tough decision. So like it's gonna be interesting to see how far we can go, and if this defense starts to fall apart, I might make the decision a little bit easier than where do we go from there? Like, how do we build this defense? Do we sell some vets and rebuild this thing in the defensive coordinator's eyes? Ronald Darby with an interception. We are making some plays. That's awesome. If we score right here, we might have to consider simming. Because holy crap, we are dominating right now. Call an RPO real quick. We're in Trey Lance's head right now. He doesn't know what to do. Seth Williams? Stiff arm? Uh-huh. Like, we're playing perfectly right now. I might have to go in and mess with the sliders because holy, we've been kind of just having our way with these. Trying to mix up the play calling, like run it out a little bit, but I also still want to pass. Maybe Sun gets open deep. Doesn't look like it. I'll just take it to Rodgers, I guess. Step out of bounds. Oh, okay, Jason Brett, you're coming for my legs. I say we throw the flag at him. We have a like fun little reverse play that could maybe work. I don't know. I just threw so much different stuff in here just to make it fun. Oh, if that block would have held, he could have had a chance. But yeah, okay, unfortunate. Yeah, you still want to focus on running out the clock a little bit, so we're like depends on where we're at. Oh, I just got stuck on my tackle a little bit too long right there to make that really work. It was almost there. Like in one of these out routes. And yeah, we're up 3 scores already, man. This offense is just destroying this 49ers secondary. I think if we stop them one more time, we'll probably sim that out right there. Because, yeah, this offense is a little lethal with where we're at in this offense. Like, the sliders are on all Madden difficulty. They're just, they're more in favor of the user just to help prevent a lot of the cheese plays you see happen. Like, the random fumble late in games when you're leading. Or the random, like, freaking interception just to help the CPU get back, or like your defense being literally unable to stop anything. So like we might have to like tune with it a little bit just to like make it a little bit more balanced. Like we definitely want it to be a challenge, but it's just a fine line between all Madden being a challenge and being scripted. It's just like this gives you the best chance to avoid all that scripted nonsense. Maybe a late hit, but I'll take. Oh my God, Trey Sermon, go down already! Goodness, this guy is eating right now. He's just fighting for everything. Do we have a goal to hold? Oh no, we have a goal for us for 300 passing yards. Okay, there we go. We get a nice tackle there. Josie Jewell, is that 4th down? Oh man, yeah. Like, I hate to just sim out. Like, I hate simming so much. I would like to play a lot more, but yeah, this is just freaking crazy. So yeah, we'll get this. Oh. If Daniels had gotten the edge and blocked that guy, maybe we could have actually had something. We had to cut it so far. If we score right here, yeah, we'll have to sim it for sure. But I do want to play with this team and get as much hands-on with it before, like Aaron Rodgers potentially retires or something. Because, you don't know how long he's going to play until he could retire after this season if we win a Super Bowl, and then we're kind of like stuck where we were in this like quarterback purgatory. But if we get a Super Bowl, I guess that's all that matters, right? That's the huge goal at the end of the day, is just win a Super Bowl. Okay, we can't take that. Tim Patrick was coming open on the post. I saw it, but I was just so far on that right side I could have just hit a back shoulder fade to hit that. There would have been no fucking way that was actually like possible. Oh, okay, so so we don't score. They could potentially get back into this game. We'll try to angle this out of bounds. See if we can get that inside the 5. Oh, okay, I was way off. Oh, goodness. Okay, well, okay, who's going after Sam Martin like that? He's just kicking a football. Goodness, he's going crazy. This feels like a run. Oh wait, no. Okay, they were trying to stack everybody a certain way so they could get George Kittle the ball. Maybe get some good rack out of that, but we were not falling for it. We were ready. Trey Lance. Oh no, not Baron Browning. Yeah, I might have to mess with all the sliders after this stream because it's been so many injuries, and I thought it would be like a good mix, but it has been a lot. It has been a lot of injuries. And like, yeah, that's the NFL. You see injuries, but like, goodness, this is getting to like Baltimore Ravens this year type of levels. And Trey Lance has come out and looked pretty bad. Like, oh god, we are like, Vic Fangio has definitely came up with a good scheme for him. They're really confusing him and stuff. Oh, and the 49ers are so low on depth, they have to use like Kyle Juszczyk as an actual running back. Oh, it seems like Jalen Hurts is actually doing quite well in Houston. It's pretty interesting. They pick up a win against the Jaguars. The Jaguars continue to be the worst team in the NFL with Urban Meyer as their head coach in this reality. Feels bad. Trevor Lawrence might be a bust in this. Oh, Baron Browning's back on the field. Okay, slight setback. He's good. We're chilling. We'll probably still look at those injury sliders though, just to make sure. Sertain gets a tackle. Like, yeah, we've asserted ourselves on this game. My goodness, poor Trey Lance is just probably so frustrated with himself. Okay, we kind of get some pressure there. He can't hit Debo. Debo has definitely had his way with these crossers against Sertain. It might be something that I look at adjusting. If we even play the second half, it depends on what happens here. Oh dang! Baron Browning came and laid him out. Sheesh. They're kind of getting their stuff going now. That's for sure. I want to get B on the pass. Oh, I was even sure. I thought that was going to Kyle Juszczyk. That was weird. I'll take it though. I'll take it. I'll take these short passes and stop them. Oh, okay. So they score. Jacoby Myers over the middle, a little in route. Unfortunate. We're still up by a lot though. Also, we have 2 minutes with Aaron Rodgers. We're probably more focused on milking the clock out. Whatever happens, happens. So, like, we're not going to try to score again. And we also get the ball back, so yeah. Okay, Mike Boone probably is going to stay as kick return because he's actually been making some nice returns. So yeah, we're on shoot clock. We definitely want to focus on just running the ball and milking out as much of the clock as possible. If we get some big runs, then we might start thinking about scoring. Okay, we might start thinking about scoring. We probably could have stayed in, but, you know, it's better not to take any unnecessary blows. If you can, just get out of bounds. What a throw. Oh, he dropped it. He dropped it. Aaron Rodgers put that in a bucket, basically. Goodness. That was just like a throw that no other quarterback can make. Oh, Sutton deep. Sutton. He goes up and gets it over Mosley. Look at that size difference. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was no brainer. Yeah, let's watch that again. Like, Mosley stuck with him. Like, don't get me wrong, he stuck with him. But Surtain just... that was all his. Once it left Aaron Rodgers' hands, it was all his. I think we're going to kick this field goal. And we'll probably sim it out. Just it's just kind of too easy right now. I think we definitely have to come back and hit these sliders a little bit. Just so we make it more of a challenge. Because, wow, this has been pretty easy just to move the ball. So we'll go ahead and sim out to the rest of the game. I trust nothing bullshit's going to happen. We score again. They score again. Okay, we scored. They scored. Okay, so it ended up being pretty close. 52 to 49. So, yeah, they did almost come back. But Aaron Rodgers, what a day. 24-31, 5 touchdowns, 152.3 completion percentage. Melvin Gordon did outstanding relieving Javonte. He's still showing that he's a quality starting running back, and we got him on a good deal back. He had over 200 yards from scrimmage. Wow, that was great. Sign had 3 touchdowns. Great game. Keelan had a touchdown. Mike Boone even got in for a touchdown. No sacks allowed. Kyle Hamilton had 6 solo tackles and an interception. Love to see it. Draymond had 2 sacks. He's continuing his breakout after the breakout scenario already has left, so it's kind of interesting. We might have to keep a monitor on that, and might have to do a manual dev up for him maybe at the end of the year. Trey Lance ended up finishing the game a lot better than he started. He slowly started getting his rhythm, started figuring stuff out. Trey Sermon had that really big run, and that seems like that's all he had. Longest run, 70 yards. He had 72 other yards, I guess. I would give that to him. George Kittle couldn't stop. Brandon Ayuk had a good game. Deebo Samuel, not many yards, but had the touchdown. And 2 sacks. Nick Bosa, 2 sacks and a tackle, or 2 tackles for a loss and a sack. We didn't throw any interceptions. Very clean game. We barely get out with a win because our defense kind of just let Trey Lance get back into it. But a win's a win. We'll have to mess with the sliders a little bit more, it seems. So we'll go ahead and we'll do upgrades, and we'll get out of here. Oh, we had a breakout for Jonathan Cooper. Yeah, we definitely didn't get that. I'm ready to throw for 6,000 yards if you need me, coach, as long as we win. Damn, Aaron Rodgers, 6,000 yards passer. He gets a nice little boost to his accuracy. It's not like he needed it, but he might do something. So yeah, Jonathan Cooper didn't get his breakout, unfortunate. He's still really solid though, so we're hoping maybe he just has a great season overall. Sim to next week, see what upgrades that we did get, and then we will get out of here. So we got weekly awards. Aaron Rodgers and Deshaun Watson's doing good in Philadelphia. Fletcher Cox had a good game.